It's a big fourth and final day here at X Games Austin 2016, and we get the party started this afternoon with Intel BMX Dirt. A little bit of a different change here to the course from what we saw last year, Kevin. We have 150-foot less linear feet on the course and 2 less jumps. What does that mean to the riders and their strategy here today?
Well, you know, with the old setup, it was hard because you had to maintain your speed throughout, 6 different jumps. Here you have 3 jumps, so it's a little shorter, so you can kind of take a few more risks and maybe step up the ante with some more difficulty.
So 12 riders in the field, and the big story out here this afternoon, Kyle Baldock. He's won the last 3 BMX Dirt contested events here at X Games in a row. Can he make it a four-peat? It's going to be an all-out battle here on the course, and if he's able to make it a four-peat, he's going to join some pretty elite company right there, because only 3 riders in the history of BMX at the X Games have won 4 in a row or more. Jamie Bestwick in Vert, Garrett Reynolds in Street, and Dave Mira in his dominant reign in BMX Park. And for more on that possible streak extension, let's check in with the 3rd member of our crew, Lowell Galindo.
Well, Kyle says yesterday was so tough because of the extreme emotions as he went out to try to honor the life and legacy of his idol, Dave Mira, while also competing. But Kyle did it all, winning the Dave Mira Best Trick Contest in front of the Mira family, as well as placing 3rd in the park competition. Also says it was so emotional that those feelings spill over to today. I asked him how he channels those emotions, and he says, like anything else, he turns it into positivity. You can also tell how extremely focused he is for this competition. After his final practice run this morning, he sat on his bike and stared straight down for a solid minute, collecting his thoughts. And that moment lasted until he was stopped for an autograph. Jimmy?
So Kyle, coming off of 2 medals yesterday, he's got himself a bronze in park, and then he got the gold medal there in BMX Dave Mira BMX Park Best Trick, and looking for that 4th gold in a row here in BMX Dirt. But as I mentioned before, 11 other riders in the field are going to have something to say about it. We start off with an X Games rookie here out of Brazil. It's Leandro Moreira to start off the party, Kevin.
I'm so excited to watch Leandro ride. He's been progressing so much. He's really been working hard to prepare for this. A little bit of a slip up there. Look at tail up, just missed grabbing the bike.
You know, it's tough always being the first rider to drop right out of the gate, especially in your first X Games appearance. He was actually an alternate in 2013 in Foz do Iguaçu, Brazil, so this is his first chance to actually ride in dirt competition.
Right here, going for the double tail up, and then tried to catch it and just couldn't do it. Got out of that pretty safely. We'll see him back up there for his 2nd run.
So with 12 riders in the field, they're going to get 3 runs. And what's different about this year compared to years past, it was always the best run that counted. This time around, it's your 2 best runs that are totaled together. So that, too, is going to play into the strategy with these riders here this afternoon. TJ Ellis up next from Riverside, California. This gentleman right here has a very, very deep arsenal of tricks, and he is known for bringing the big trick firepower to dirt jump courses.
Yeah, TJ Ellis is definitely an X Games veteran. He knows how to deliver those tricks when needed. Yeah, the tuck no-handed backflip. Tuck no-handed 360. Yeah, little one-footed invert.
And into that final set.
Yeah, backflip tail whip. That's the thing, when you come out, you have 3 runs, and it isn't best run counts. So what you want to do is you want to put down that first good solid run to at least get a good score on the board, and then you build off that momentum.
Taking a look at some highlights here for TJ's first outing of 3.
His backflip, double tail whip.
Let's see what happened.
Right there.
Look for his right foot at both feet off the pedals. He dabs just a little bit.
Trying to keep his feet off the ground.
You know what, though? The key, though, is he kept it upright and he rode away from that one. So the best possible run score you can get out here in Intel BMX Dirt is a score of 50. And as we go through this out here today, remember, it's your 2 best runs that are totaled together that are hopefully going to get you on that podium. So TJ's going to check in with the 26. That's not a bad score considering he dabbed the foot out of that last hit.
That's not, and he can definitely build off that now with his next 2 runs.
James Foster, another rider that has some explosive firepower when it comes to big combination moves, working double duty out here today. He was supposed to compete in BMX Big Air last night, but due to rain delays, that got moved to today. So now he's got to compete in 2 comps out here today.
And he's been jumping a lot. A member of the Nitro Circus Tour, he's been putting so much time into jumping. Let's see if he can deliver it today. Backflip bar spin. And a double tail whip. Cranking that look down. putting together a good, solid first run. See, so that's what you want to do. You want to get that good, solid run down to build on that first score, and then you can just build off that momentum. Right there, double tail whip, lands perfect. Throwing a little X up on the end.
That's one of those combo moves I was talking about. James known for throwing multiple variations in the middle of one jump. TJ Ellis sitting in the top spot as of right now with that 26, but we are only a quarter of the way through the lineup here. This is round 1 out of 3 here at Intel BMX Dirt here at X Games Austin 2016. Just waiting on a couple judges scored there. Looking at the athlete staging area up there. See Chris Doyle in the center there. That was Anthony Napolitan on the right.
Oh, look at this.
He gets a 32.
32, that is a fantastic first score to build off.
All right, so there is Ben Wallace out of the UK right there. He has a Dirt silver medal to his name. He earned that in 2014 here in Austin. Let's see what Ben can unleash on us here in round 1.
Yeah, double tail it, lands so smooth. Cranking that look back 360. Huge Superman seat grab. Downside tail at 360, lands a perfect solid run. This is fantastic. We get 2 solid runs in. I think that'll definitely make for a great score.
Well, where do you think that slides him in compared to what we've seen out of TJ Ellis and James Foster there score-wise? You got TJ with that 26 and then James with that 32.
I think he's going to be up in the, I suspect he'll be up in the 30s.
See the height on that last hit right there. Going over that last set, and you know we talked about this before we came on the air. The strategy with only having 4 jumps, you don't have a setup jump.
38.
Wow, that is huge. Remember, the best possible run score you can get is a 50. So that is a great way to start off round number 1 there by Ben Wallace. Cory Nastazio back at X Games Dirt. We have not seen him in an X Games Dirt competition since 2006. It's been a 10-year hiatus. Cory, we're glad to have you back in the lineup.
Starting off the tuck no-hander. Cory is my buddy. He's been putting in a lot of time. Backflip to a front flip. Kind of a take it easy run for Cory, but I think he just wanted to get a good solid run in. Kind of shook his head, didn't quite look happy with what he wanted to do, but he definitely just had a solid run. He didn't fall, he stayed on his bike.
Well, going back to that strategy discussion that we had earlier, you have to change up your mindset a little bit. Like I said, in years past, it's been best run that counts. So now that you need 2 runs total together, maybe guys are playing it just a bit conservative this first time out. There is a tailwind working out there this afternoon. We haven't talked about that yet. You see those flags in the start area when these guys roll down that start ramp. The wind is blowing out there. And a tailwind, talk about how that's a bit of a problem.
Well, the tailwind, especially on dirt, you're heading into the jump, it gives you more speed than you need. So if you've already got the speed down, you've been practicing now for a couple days, you have your speed check, and then all of a sudden you have a tailwind that's pushing you even faster, that's a hard adjustment to make.
All right, so Ben Wallace sitting in that top spot as of right now with a 38. Taking a look at our next competitor, Kevin Peraza, comes from a long line of BMX riders. He's got 3 brothers that ride, and also dad is a BMX rider as well. So a true BMX family with the Peraza crew, and here he comes down the rolling.
Yeah, 360 tail whip, huge 360 invert. 360 bar spin to down whip.
He caught a little bit of his back wheel over that 3rd hit. Might have slowed him down just a bit, but he was able to get over that 4th and final set there.
And like we've been saying, to set that first score, that's exactly what you want to do. 360 tail whip, spin around 360 degrees while tail whipping the back of the bike around all in one jump.
Look at the
big
style.
Tabletop 360.
The height.
Huge Superman seat grab. Stretching it out, putting together a really good, solid first run.
Saw him throw one of those out in park, best trick yesterday. Puts one down here on the dirt jump.
And check out some of the intel numbers. This is pretty awesome. So the first jump, he went 9 feet. Second jump, 12 feet. Look at the last jump, 13 feet in 7 Gs. That is amazing. Not going 19 miles an hour, almost 20 miles an hour.
All right, so 38 is the high mark to beat. It's Ben Wallace as of right now, as we are halfway through the run order of round number 1 out of 3. And
check it out. We got ourselves a new leader.
Wow, that is a huge first
Kevin
run score there.
Peraza stomping it down Getting a 41, that's what you want to do.
That is absolutely huge. And again, it's your 2 best runs total together that will count out here today. Anthony Napolitan, 2-time X Games bronze medalist. He's got a bronze in dirt from 2006 and 1 in big air from 2007. Starts it off with a big front flip.
To turn down 360 in that second set. Big one-footed tabletop in that third set. 360 double tail whip. Anthony stopping a good, clean first run. Anthony moved out to California, recently just got married. He's in a really good place, enjoying life. He's been riding a lot. I'm really excited to watch what else he can bring to this contest.
So we've seen a lot of guys in this part of the run order here put together a solid first run score to get things started.
Right there, that front flip. Anthony, the inventor of the double front flip. Wonder if we'll see that today. 360 double tail whip. Look at that, catching it perfectly clean.
I was gonna say, you can't ask for
feet
a better
right on the pedals.
The feet on the pedals.
And that's what the judges look for. They look for the stumbling. They look for how clean you can ride out of a trick. All that stuff counts.
Especially, too, with only 4 jumps here. Of course, style and flow is important. You want to have those big tricks, but you want to make it look smooth and effortless, and the judges are really going to be critiquing those landings, and they're going to be looking for any little subtle thing to mark up or down.
Anthony coming in with a great first score, puts him in the third spot with a 36.
Yeah, that's high 30s. You got a 36, a 38 by Ben Wallace, and then Kevin Peraza with that commanding 41 as of right now. Ryan Nyquist, one of the elder statesmen in the crew. This guy's got veteran skills, and this guy can definitely perform under pressure here in BMX Dirt.
Huge 720. Opposite bar spin 360.
Double back spin in the
backflip, double bar spin.
Pick your bar spin highlight combo right there. He sent that 720 early in the run, too.
He started off with a nothing, looked like a nothing to a little bit of a late tabletop, straight into a 720 in that second set, spinning around 2 rotations. Right here, 1, 2. He's got his head cocked, spotting his landing. So clean. Backflip. Yeah, he's spinning those bars. He catches those things no problem every single time. He is the bar spin master.
Yeah, he's just so dialed when it comes to bar spin variations. All right, so you need a 36 right now if you're cracking it at top 3. And we're back
we got
in the 40s.
Ourselves a new leader, Mr. Ryan Nyquist stepping in with a 42. Now, you can build off that. That is a good, solid first run to keep him in a good spot.
Well, it's a great first run score, but the key out here this afternoon, you need 2 good runs total together. It's your best 2 out of your 3, and that's definitely a great way to start off round number 1.
Oh, look at your toys. Those are awesome. Oh, that is the coolest teddy bear ever. That one, is that a moose?
We've got 4 riders left to go here in round number 1 out of 3. Pat Casey working double duty here this weekend. Saw him in the park competition yesterday. See right there, his second child, Tatum, was born just 2 months ago on April 1st. Pat's another one of those guys. He's got a super smooth style, but watch out for some insane combo moves out of this gentleman.
Boom, 360 bar spin tail whip. Oh, backflip tail whip. Good solid run. You saw he slipped his pedal just a little bit, but he recovered from that perfectly. And that was in the middle of the set. That is tough.
You see the Intel technology with the stats there, a little tracker showing the different heights over each one of the jumps as he went through that run.
And you notice that last jump was usually the fastest for everybody. It's at 14, almost 15 miles an hour, jumping 13 feet.
Did you see the G-force stats on jump number 3?
Look at this, backflip, tail whip.
Look where he catches that. On the crank arms, had to spin that right pedal to get it flat to get the foot locked in.
But by the time he landed, had it dialed, and it perfectly landed.
All right, so you need a 38 or better to crack into that top 3, so he'll end up with a 29. So you see some pretty tight grouping going on from about 4th on down to 6th, but those first 2 run scores we've seen out of Ryan Nyquist and Kevin Peraza, that 42 and 41, if those guys can duplicate that in round 2, we're going to have us a bit of a dogfight here in Intel BMX Dirt.
Yeah, next up we have our dirt god. This is Chris Doyle, so respected by all the dirt jumpers. When you think of dirt jumping, you think of Chris Doyle.
He's a huge hockey fan, named his dog after Sidney Crosby. I guess he's pretty pumped up right now that his Penguins are in the Stanley Cup final and up 2-1 as of right now. Your bronze medalist from last year here in BMX Dirt.
360 turn down, 360 tail whip. Huge invert 360, Chris Doyle style. 720, stopping a solid first run. And the great thing about his whole run, you never saw him fumble. You didn't see his feet fumbling for the pedals. It was just a solid first run.
And another thing to point out, did you see how slow and smooth and fluid the rotation was on that 720? He didn't look like he was working for that one at all. It just effortlessly flowed all the way around.
And look at his G-force on that third jump, 19.6 Gs. Going 13 miles an hour.
He actually, I'll tell that story when we get through the replays here. It's kind of funny.
Look at this. Feet just perfectly placed on those pedals. He's such a solid rider and so in control. 720.
Look at this. Just cruise right through this, 2 rotations around and roll out of that, no problem.
Yeah, leading with his chin and his shoulders. Lands perfect. Such a solid first run.
The story I was going to tell you is that last year he told his wife that if he medaled here in Austin, he would take her to Ireland. He said he didn't expect to medal, and he got a bronze, and then he had to make good on his promise.
And check this out. Chris Doyle stepping up to the 3rd spot. He is in the 40s.
So this opening round is shaping up quite nicely, and we still have 2 riders left to go here. We've got last year's silver medalist due up next, and then the guy that's won the last 3 of these things in a row, Kyle Baldock. And keep in mind, there's still 2 more rounds to go after this.
All right. Chris Doyle doing it out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania for Kink Bikes.
Pretty much picking up where he left off there last year. That bronze medal finish, and he slides into that 3rd place position. But how about those top 3 scores? A 42, a 41, and a 40. So Nyquist, Peraza, and Doyle, those guys are all pretty tightly grouped right there with those 3 scores.
But like you said, we have 2 heavy hitters left. We have Mike Clark and we have Kyle Baldock. And Kyle's riding off the momentum of yesterday. Fantastic performance he had in BMX Park. Then he won the BMX Best Trick, Dave Mirra Best Trick contest.
Yeah, you know the thing too, him coming in here off a 3-peat, looking to make it 4 in a row. If you think that guy's feeling any pressure whatsoever, when you talk to him and you see him ride, he looks like he's having the best time of his life out here this weekend.
And that's the way he's been riding till late, you know, preparing for this contest. He's just been having so much fun on his bike. He's been doing a lot of cross training to prepare for this. He's really taking it serious, you know, working out, eating right, treating his body the way he needs to.
All right, so you see Chris Doyle there making his way back to the athlete staging area. We've got 2 riders left to go here. This is round 1 out of 3 here. Intel BMX Dirt, the 4th and final day here at X Games Austin 2016. We talked about having fun and a smile on your face with Kyle Baldock. Well, this gentleman right here, he's one of the happiest people you'll ever see on 2 wheels. Mike Clark, we call him Hucker in the world of BMX, and this guy just loves to ride, and just because he's a bit of a goofball and likes to ham it up, having a good time, don't count this guy out. He is a BMX powerhouse when it comes to dirt jump riding.
His riding is amazing. What's even better, maybe we'll get to see one today. He does a grip ride, which is a flatland trick when he stands up on top of the handlebars. Only person I've ever seen do that trick successfully on a dirt surface.
I guarantee you after this run, he will send one of those. But here we go. We'll send him into the course, see what he can put down on these 4 jumps.
Yeah, it looked like he sat down going off the takeoff. Kind of messed up with his takeoff.
Yeah.
But backflip X up, no footer.
Just a tough break right out of the gate right there, having a straight jump that first set. Maybe a little bit of a mental snafu right there, but he's going to shake that one off. See the smile on his face.
The Intel technology, 4.4 Gs on that last jump, 15 feet high at 14 miles an hour.
The 3rd jump, though, he comes down with almost 11 Gs over that 3rd set.
360 tail whip, grabbing those pedals.
Yeah, that was the one, or no, that was the last hit.
Right here.
Or no, the last hit was this right here.
X up, backflip, no footer, rides away smoothly. And you'll see with the Intel technology, with the G-force, you think that you know, the higher the number, the better. But the lower the number, that's the smoother they're landing.
Grandpa, everybody, what's happening?
Saying hello to the fam watching on TV or at xgames.com. So he's going to have to shake this one off, obviously, with the straight jump. Actually, he's got a 35. That puts him in 6th.
I'll take it.
Yeah, says I'll take it. Rightly so. Even with that straight jump over the first set, that still got him in 6th. So remember, It's your 2 best runs total together that count out here today. The best possible run score you can get is a 50. How do we arrive at that number? There's 5 judges in the booth. They're working off of a 1 to 15 scale. They take the high and the low scores out, so the remaining 3 are total together, and then you get 5 points for coming down the roll-in. Well, back over here at Intel BMX Dirt, we are down to our final rider in the run order. We're in round number 1 out of 3. As of right now, it's Ryan Nyquist sitting in the top spot with a score of 42. But we're about to see, well, there's our current leader right there, Ryan Nyquist. Again, the best possible run score you can get is a 50. Ryan came out here and threw down a big run. He's got a 42. Kevin Peraza sitting not too far behind him. But this gentleman right here, he's won it the last 3 years in a row. It's your 2 best runs total together out here today. They're going to put you on that X Games podium. Kyle Baldock set to bring it in here, Kevin, for round number 1.
Well, Kyle's riding off the momentum of yesterday, as I was saying. Coming out with a straight backflip. 3 double whip. Oh, the downside double whip. 3 downside double whip to a tuck no-handed front flip. That is a fantastic, solid first run.
So many just insane combos in the latter half of that run there.
Watching him is like playing a video game.
Do you see the G-forces off of that first jump with the Intel technology?
Yeah. Look at that. Look at the G-force. 19 Gs, 16 Gs, 11 Gs, 12 Gs. That is unbelievable. And 17 miles an hour on that last jump. That 3 double whip.
Look how fast the frame of that bike's whipping around and just almost
lands
gets a
so
perfect
smooth
landing.
Right here. And 3 downside double whip.
And to combine those
Look at that.
two things back to back.
And you saw him fumble right at the end, but he just stayed with it.
Yeah, and then he had enough speed to come out and throw the no-handed front flip at the end.
Look how long he held that no-hander.
And good pop, good height, even after the fumble coming out of that 3rd set. Will it be enough to overtake that top score that we saw out of Ryan Nyquist?
And
oh, a
boom!
45! The best possible run score.
Bam!
Is a 50.
Kyle Baldock jumping up into the first spot with a 45.
Well, look at how many scores we have in the 40s here. It goes all the way down to 4th place, and this is just first round out of 3 out here. Actually, you look at all the way down to 5th place. Out of the 40s, you got Ben Wallace sitting down there with a 38, and then Anthony Napolitan 6th with a 36. So, man, oh, man, what an opening round here at Intel BMX Dirt. We've completed round number 1 of 3. It's your 3-time defending gold medalist Kyle Baldock sitting in that top spot right now with a score of 45. Ryan Nyquist sitting in 2nd, and Kevin Peraza just 1 point behind in 3rd. Round 2 out of 3 here for Intel BMX Dirt. Our X Games rookie, Leandro Moreira, back on course.
Yeah, I know he wants to make up for his first run. He had a spill in his first run, so didn't get a good score in there. But he's definitely delivering this 2nd run.
Oh, hangs on.
Sips his pedal just a little bit.
Did he dab a foot?
He did dab a foot, but he got to run in, and that's exactly what he needed to do. But now the pressure's on because it's 2 runs, so he has to deliver for the next run.
Well, he's definitely going to get a better score than that 11 he had in round 1 there, and you saw that Intel technology with the tracker. He was pretty consistent on the height as he went through all 4 jumps.
Big 360. Whipping around, he's searching for those pedals. He's got it.
Bit of a step down roller going into that last hit there, but I don't know that he dabbed a foot as he rolled away right there. Again, he kept it upright. First run score was an 11. You need 2 runs total together to get on the podium out here today. So look at a 22. So he's done. He's halfway up the chain from where he was in that first round right there. And as we are in this 2nd round here, you're going to see the names jumping around on the leaderboard quite a bit because we totaled your 2 best runs together as we bring back in TJ Ellis.
TJ Ellis, start off the backflip tail whip. Big up the 360. Oh!
He had so much height on that, but he just drifted too far from the lip. Talking about that tailwind we mentioned earlier, that could have been a factor there for sure.
Exactly. Just it causes you to overshoot the landing. Just gives you more speed than you need.
You're shaking that one off, getting up and walking away.
ESPN medical staff. Yep. They'll
I mean, he barely got any of that landing. Look where he's at right now.
Right there, overshooting that. He knew it too.
And he was over rotating. He got the last little bit of transition on that jump.
And in that situation, you know, right here, he knows right here. He knows he's going to overshoot. He's looking down. You have to stay. You have to stay on the bike to try to have the bike break at least some of your fall. If you try to eject, it's going to hurt 10 times more. So that's a tough decision to make when you're in the middle of that situation.
Yeah, you can just see how he extended right there and over rotating a bit, getting the last bit of the landing and coming in nose heavy. See Mike Clark riding down there to make sure his buddy TJ is okay. Again, just getting attended to right now by X Games Medical. TJ is sitting at 6th by that first run score of a 26. He gets a 12 there, so you total those two together. So he's got a fairly decent first run score, so he's down, but he's not out. Remember, it's your two best scores total together, so if he's able to come back and ride in round 3, we could see him contend for sure. So a little bit of course maintenance going on right there, getting the rakes out, get the loose stuff out of the way from where he went down.
You know, and people see it, it's dirt, and they think, oh, it's kind of a soft landing. That dirt is packed so hard, it feels like concrete.
There's nothing soft about those landings at all. James Foster with a 32 that we saw out of him in the first round. And as I mentioned before, working double duty out here today, competing in dirt as well as big air. He would love to get on the podium here in BMX Dirt.
Let's see what he's got for his second run. Truck driver, 360 bar spin. Suicide no-hander, late X up. Superman seat grab. Oh, the double backflip stops it perfectly.
I didn't know that he had enough speed to do that, but he made that one come all the way around. It looked like on that second jump that he wanted something different out of that suicide no-hander.
He made that double backflip look so easy. It was so casual looking, just like at the last minute, I'm going to throw a double backflip.
It's all those nights of riding on the Nitro Circus.
Look at this.
They throw crazy stuff all the time.
Look, stays tucked in, brings the bars around, spots his landing.
I honestly didn't think he had enough speed for that.
That is a textbook double backflip right there.
Just rides out of that one. That was picture perfect right there. Again, I think he wanted something else in a combo at the on that second jump earlier in the run. So again, you're going to see the names bouncing around quite a bit because we're totaling 2 scores together. And so 2 scores of 32, that'll put him in the top spot as of right now. And if you're following along at home, you're like, okay, that was a drastic jump. Yes, a lot of the other riders in the field don't have a second run yet. So as we get into the third round, we'll be more accurately be able to tell the tale of how this plays in with the scoring game here. But that puts James Foster in the top spot right now. He's very consistent out here today, Kevin.
He is. And with tricks like that, double backflip, it's crazy that that trick has just become part of the norm. You know, a double backflip is just so routine. He throws it in at the end of his run. You know, where it wasn't that long ago, nobody would even attempt a double backflip.
All right, Ben Wallace sitting at 6th right now. He had a first run outing that netted him a 38. Again, the best possible run score you can get out here is that of a 50.
Starting off with a backflip, big tuck no-handed 360.
That was massive.
Right into a clean double tail whip. Oh, look back 3 to downside whip. That was a fantastic run. What a great run.
That was a big 360 combo move right there out of Ben Wallace. Let's see.
Looks like he maybe wanted something a little different out of that, but
hey, it looked pretty good to me.
Look at this.
Look at how high he is right there.
Tuck no-handed 3, spreading those wings.
Gonna have to alert air traffic
360
control
look back.
The airport for that one on the height factor.
To the late downside tail whip.
Oh, that's what he's talking about. He dabbed that right foot. I didn't see that at real-time speed right there. Just a little bit of frustration right there. But again, he had that 38 in the first round. He did keep it upright. He did ride away. We'll have to see what happens here. See how much the judges are going to count off for that.
Let's not forget, he does have a third run, so whatever the score is, he can step it up in that third run.
Well, you know, a lot of these guys in the opening round got great scores. So he stays in the 30s, so a 38 to 32 gives him a 70 total. So he'll bump just ahead of James Foster right there by 6 points. So that puts Ben Wallace currently in the lead. We have 8 riders left to go here. We're a third of the way through the run order. Round number 2 out of 3 until BMX Dirt Cory Nastazio due up next. See Ben hitching a ride on the gator there, back up to athlete staging. Cory sitting at 12th right now. He had a 27 that first go around. Cory's been on the dirt podium before, earned himself a silver medal in 2000. The last year we were in San Francisco.
Backflip, start things off. Huge turn down. Oh, going for the 360 backflip. Looked like he just didn't quite have enough speed. Cory Nastazio spent a lot of time at Camp Woodward West, up at Tehachapi.
Just clipping the lip there with both tires. Has to hit the eject button on that one.
Yeah, it just looked like he didn't quite have enough speed. Right here. 360.
That was a turn down.
Turn down.
Turn down.
A turn down 360 flip.
Throwing combos.
Right here, you see his front wheel catch.
Oh yeah, he went front
just
tire
a
first.
hair short.
Taking a little bit of a dirt sample there on the left shoulder. Taking another look at that.
Look at that.
Really get the turn down
that
right
turn
there.
down. Just clipping that lip.
See the reaction from James Foster and Pat Casey right there up in the start tower. Cory shaking that one off. That'll net him a 17. So he'll be looking to drop that in round number 3. But when you combine those two scores together, that's got him in 4th place. For right now, Kevin Peraza, one of several riders that we saw score in the 40s in round number 1. What does Kevin Peraza bring to the party here in round number 2, Kevin?
Well, I know he brings that lawn dart front flip that I love seeing.
Combo over the first set.
Huge 360 whip to late tail. Can 360. There it is! Love that!
Did you see?
I cannot wait to see the Intel technology stats on that last jump.
He got kind of a wacky rotation coming out of that. It's so crazy. He just lays himself out. His body's parallel to the ground when he does that. Just tucks his head and goes into the front flip at the last possible second.
Oh my God.
Right here, look at this.
Look at
stretching his body out. And like, all right, now I'll tuck and land. He's so high, such a commitment.
Watch how he comes around out of this. He gets a bit of an off-axis turn there.
Yeah, he tucks it in hard, spots his landing, lands right at the top of the lip.
I was gonna say, it hit about an inch to spare right there before a little bit of a back tire case. But, you know, some great combo moves at the top of that run. Remember, that first run score for him, a 41. Again, we're seeing a lot of names jumping around on the leaderboard because we're totaling the 2 best scores together. And a 47. That is the single highest run score we have seen today. 3 points shy of a perfect run score. Kevin Peraza in a commanding lead here in round number 2.
47.
Back over here at Intel BMX Dirt, we just saw Kevin Peraza lay down a huge second run that netted him a score of 47. The best possible run score is a 50. You're looking to total your 2 best runs together. So he's got a 41 from round number 1 and now a 47 here in round number 2. And that puts him in a commanding lead with a total of 88. So 2 great runs out of Kevin Peraza, and this is what he did to net that 47.
That huge lawn dart front flip, stretching his body out so high, brings it around at the last minute, lands perfectly right at the top of the lip. That was an amazing, amazing run.
It was the final trick on the run there, but he had some great combo moves at the top of that run, but he's got 41 and 47 and sitting in the driver's seat as of right now. But this is round 2 out of 3. We still have 6 riders left to go here in round number 2. You're looking at Anthony Napolitan. Anthony had a solid first run as well. He's got a 36 for that first go around. He's got a super smooth style, and here in Intel BMX Dirt, you want to have the big tricks, but you want to have style, flow, continuity throughout these 4 jumps.
Exactly, and Anthony has plenty of variety, plenty of technical riding. Right there, the front flip no-hander, 360 double whip.
Just killed off his speed right there and comes up short over that third set and has to call it quits at the end of the run. Look at the height with the Intel technology, 17, just a little over 17 feet on that second hit, which I think was a 3 double whip.
Saw that front flip tuck no-hander. That's an Anthony special right there. So good at that trick.
Okay, so obviously this isn't going to eclipse his first run score of 36. So with 3 runs, your best 2 total together being the ones that count, he's got another chance at it. This one will definitely be his toss-away score. So yeah, that 14, he's looking to throw that one out in the next round. And again, with totaling 2 scores, you're going to see names jumping around a lot because as we get down to the bottom half of the run order here, a lot of these top guys haven't taken their second run. So it's Kevin Peraza in a commanding lead right now with an 88 total. Ben Wallace and James Foster rounding out the top 3, but you've got Kyle Baldock, Ryan Nyquist, Chris Doyle. Those guys all scored 40s the first round. They have yet to take their second run. Speaking of Kyle Baldock, he's our defending gold medalist the last 3 years in a row, and he caught up with Lowell Galindo earlier.
Let me scoot you over, Matt.
Well, Kyle, you had momentum coming off the performances from a day ago. What does this first run that we just saw do to help that momentum?
Oh, man, the momentum is like on a train right now. I guess getting the first run out of the books, you know, and landing it and getting that score now, I just can go out there and try and hammer out another sick run.
Did I have something on my shirt?
No, I was just, the buttons, man, I'm into it, you know what I mean? It's nice casual wear.
Well, thank you very much. I like your outfit as well.
Thank you, my man, serious, thank you.
He's got an eye for the big tricks in fashion as well out here at Intel BMX Dirt. We talked about him and feeling no pressure out here this weekend. Obviously, he's having a lot of fun out here, and that translates into a good time on the dirt jumps. Ryan Nyquist coming your way here. Ryan scored in the 40s in the first round.
Oppo 3 lands a little low.
Well, he overshot that one. We talked about a tailwind earlier.
That's
It's
going to be
worth mentioning again, those flags are blowing. You see at the top of the start ramp, the tailwind, not good. That can send you too far, too deep into the landings.
Now that'll be a throwaway run for Ryan. But he can come back up for that third run, and if anybody's capable of rising to the occasion, Ryan is. He can handle the pressure better than anybody out there.
He's been doing this for so long, and we've seen him do it time and time again in the third and final rounds. And I mean, the big story here out of that first round, we had 4 riders score in the 40s, you know, out of a best possible score of 50. So with totaling your 2 best together, look for more Ryan in round number 3. So there's a perfect example of what these riders are contending with there. You see that American flag there at the top of the start structure. And Kevin, you know, again, touch on how important that tailwind is and how it affects you in your landings.
Yeah, tailwind or headwind. Any wind, the side, you know, any kind of crosswind definitely messes with your rotation, but headwind and tailwind messes with your speed approaching the jump. That is so tricky to deal with.
Pat Casey coming down the start structure and just slips a pedal and gets sent over that second jump there, has to hit the eject button.
He actually got out of that really well for the position he was in.
To see what happened there on the replay. So as we get to the latter half of the run order, we're seeing some guys having some consistency issues here on course.
Right there, 3 downside whip.
Right, the feet slipped the pedal.
Slips his pedal.
Hey, you got no way to recover at that point, so
you're just hanging on. And the thing is, you notice a lot of these guys aren't riding brakes, so you don't have brakes, you have nothing to grab to stop. So once you're back on the bike, you're holding on.
So Pat had a 29 in the opening round. He's going to net an 8 here, so that'll be more than likely his throwaway score. And as we go through this competition, the key thing to remember here is years past, it's been best run that counts. Here in 2016, you're looking for 2 runs total together. So we'll see what that does playing into the strategy there for Pat Casey. TJ Ellis, we saw him take a knock earlier, and he's out there. Looks like he's got a sling on that left shoulder. Looks like he may not be coming back for round number 3. Chris Doyle, one of our riders that scored in the 40s, your bronze medalist from last year. See if we get another smooth dialed run out of Chris Doyle here, Kevin.
The turn down 360 to start things off. Huge Chris Doyle invert 360. Stomping the 720, that was a run of spins. Didn't quite look satisfied with that run.
Was that the same run from round number 1?
But he's got a third run he can definitely build off. Right here, 720. Coming around, spotting his landing.
Well, he's 2 for 2 on the 7s out here
Opening
this
up.
afternoon.
Actually, that was a lot smoother than one in the first run.
All right, so now we get to play the score game here. Again, he was one of those guys I talked about that had a 40, or scored in the 40, so a 40 and a 28. So that'll jump him up into 3rd place as of right now. That slides James Foster 1 spot out of podium contention as of right now. We got Mike Clark due up next. And, well, Mike Clark is known for his positive attitude and his ever-present smile. Even after a last-second loss in 2015, Mike Clark is sticking with optimism and hoping it will take him all the way to BMX Dirt Gold.
And now it's time for the Coors Light What's Your Mountain Lookin'?
I'm Michael Steven Clark. Pretty sweaty. All right. And I'm competing in BMX Dirt. My goal in X Games this year is to have as much fun on my bike as possible.
Taking a look at Mike Clark, one of the happiest people you'll ever see on 2 wheels.
He's probably one of the best things that ever happened to BMX.
Last year, pretty emotional. I was leading the contest until the last run of the event, and Kyle Baldock knocked me out. Coming for you, Kyle. I guess I'd say some of my strengths are just showing the fun and passion there is in BMX. Hopefully inspiring people to have fun also.
Yeah, what's up, Mom and Dad? Having fun. I love the mullet he's got going already. There actually had a sheep farmer in New Zealand cut his hair into the current mullet status that he's rocking. Your silver medalist from last year, and again, going back to the pressure thing we were talking about with Kyle Baldock. Mike here, he's another one. He's just out here having fun. He's the ambassador of fun.
He definitely is. He's one of the best things that ever happened to the sport of BMX. He's so fun. He knows that's what it's all about. He's on little kids' bikes just having a great time. Huge opposite 360, spinning your unnatural direction.
360 tail whip over that 3rd set and a backflip tail whip. 19 feet 4 inches with the Intel technology there on that last hit.
Look at the G's on that. 20 G's was the max G's for that.
A little bit of a tire bonk on the barrier wall there afterwards. He had a 35 the first time out here on course. Not sure what's going on there. The shirt sleeve.
Backflip tail whip. As the bike comes
Look
around.
how high he was. That angle that we just saw gives you true appreciation of how high in the air he was over that 4th and final set.
Just heading off course just a little bit. He landed just a little over rotated to the side, so it shot him off to the side of the course.
All right, so he's got a 35 from round number 1.
So I'm 11th now, 35 and 35.
11. Yeah, Michael, you're in 11th now, but you're going to bump up quite a bit because you're totaling 2 scores together. So waiting on one more judge's score.
That's not going to be better than the first one, though.
Again, best possible run score you can get out here today is a 50. Taking those 2 scores, your 2 best scores of your 3, totaling them together. So he's very consistent, a 35 and a 34. That just edges Chris Doyle out of podium contention. So your silver medalist from last year is now sitting in a bronze medal position with 1 more run to go.
That look was priceless. He just looked so surprised, like, wow, hit 34? Holy cow, all right, this is great.
Hey, maybe he's bad at math. Either way, Mike, you're in 3rd place right now. All right, so Kyle Baldock, the last guy to go here. In round number 2, he's currently sitting in 8th place. He had a huge first run score of 45. So if he can replicate what we saw in round number 1, we'll see him jump up quite a bit. What's he going to unleash on us this time around, Kevin?
It's like watching a video game when you watch Kyle ride. Huge 720, cork 7, the double tail whip. Whoa!
He bounces up from that one right off the bat. Looking a little bit shaken from that one.
Hopefully Kyle can shake that off and get back up there for his 3rd run.
He got up very quickly. Have to see Some replays here.
Right here. Front flip. Lands perfectly smooth. Cork 7.
That looked like he overshot the landing on that at real-time speed. You can tell right
here. 1, 2,
going for the 1080.
Going for the 1080.
Oh yeah,
you do not see a lot of athletes doing. As he's coming around, he's just off axis a little bit.
You see the left side of the helmet hitting the dirt there. Looked like he was kind of drifting from riders right to left as he traversed across the lip into the landing. Rolling the dice there, going for the 1080, the end of that run. So even with the fall, nets him a 20. You combine that with that huge first run score that he had, that'll put him into 5th place.
Getting people that don't really understand the sport or like the justification of how big we jump, how high we go, the technology can bring that light. You know, I think this is a very good understanding of our whole sport and how we function. It's amazing. It's so insane. Like you can really, we could break it down to, yeah, that's amazing.
We have the Intel technology on them, and that allows us to track them in real time as they're going through the course.
We have a web app which pushes the data to them at the top of the hill, so they can actually look as soon as they finish their run at what the stats came through at. The athletes love the idea of showing this data to the fans. They find that fans have a really hard time relating to the difficulty and the danger of the sport, and by putting some numbers on top, the fans will appreciate it that much more and will understand what they go through that much better.
People are going to lose their mind when they see you do 6.4 Gs in between a jump. This is going to be next level. I never thought Intel technology would get to this level within my sport, to actually break down everything. Interacting with the crowd now, it's going to be insane.
Yeah, it's an amazing piece of technology, and it's helped us tell the story of this contest here today. Especially the G-force stats have been supremely impressive. See Kevin Peraza right there looking at those stats up there in athlete staging. But let's take a look at Kevin Peraza's runs out here today, Mr. Robinson.
Yeah, it starts off with a 360 down whip, huge 360 tabletop, a can-can 360, huge lawn dart.
Look where his head is.
Flip. I love watching that trick. It's one of my favorite things to watch.
So the Intel experience here at Intel BMX Dirt. You look at the stats, the comparisons between Kevin Peraza and Kyle Baldock in the runs. Look at the speed, the max height comparisons right there between Peraza's second run and Kyle Baldock's first run right there. And again, look at those G-force stats. They're pretty much simultaneous right there, both at about 19.9 Gs. So a big crowd forming out here on the hillside here at Circuit of the Americas for the third and final run here in Intel BMX Dirt. So again, it's your 2 best runs total together out here today. Our X Games rookie, the lone rookie in the field, Leandro Moreira, back on course.
Starting off the backflip turn down. Triple downside whip.
So he's got an 11 from the opening round. He had some slip-ups. He came back in round number 2, managed to put up a 22. So I'm imagining this will be better than that 11 we saw in round number 1. 2 best scores total together. This is the third and final round for these athletes.
1, 2, 3. Looking for those pedals, catches it clean. That was a fantastic third run. I think we'll definitely be seeing him drop that 1 low score.
Throwing the combo out of the bar spin there.
Lands right at the top of the lip, perfectly smooth.
But Kevin Peraza with scores of 41 and 47 sitting in the top spot as of right now. Leandro looking to bump that 11 out. So, wow, he gets a 41. So, a 22 and a 41. That moves him from the bottom all the way up into 7th place. So, nicely done there, the X Games rookie. So, TJ Ellis is out of the competition due to a crash. He suffered in round number 2. We saw him up in athlete staging with a sling on his arm, so he will not ride here in round number 3, and that's going to bring up James Foster. He has been very consistent out here today, currently sitting in 6th place with 2 scores of 32.
And let's not forget, he's riding 2 events today with big air following this. Yeah, big Superman seat grab.
And a big combo move at the end, and he hangs on. James Foster with a big statement at the end of his 3rd and final run.
He has such amazing tricks. He had the difficulty that he can do is unbelievable. All from Nitro Circus, all the practice he puts in for jumping.
Hold that. Well, you did, James.
Check this out. 360 bar spin
to late
double downside tail whip.
Oh my goodness. And look at where look at the direction he's pointed at as he rides out of that, headed straight towards the fencing there.
Stomps it clean, heads out. He is pumped. So excited.
An insane technical combo. So again, he's got 2 scores of 32. Imagine this one's going to jump him up. He'll have to he'll throw one of those 32s out. 2 best scores total together. Best possible run score you can get is a 50. The high mark right now is an 88 total. That's Kevin Peraza with a 41 and a 47. And Foster, he'll jump up there in the 40s with a 41. So a 32 and a 41, that puts him in a silver medal spot as of right now, Kevin.
Oh, I know he's going to be happy with that. Silver medal, stomping that 3rd run. And the most important thing for him was doing a trick that he wanted to land. You saw how excited he was that he landed it. Sometimes that means more than anything.
Okay, so that slides Ben Wallace down to bronze here and Mike Clark down to 4th, but there is a lot of riding left to go here at Intel BMX Dirt. This gentleman here currently sitting in a bronze medal position. He was your silver medalist from 2 years ago. He's out of the UK. This is Ben Wallace.
Ben Wallace doing it for Mongoose Bikes. Starts off with a tuck no-handed backflip. Big X up turn down 360. Clean double tail whip. Oh, look back 3 to a downside whip.
And you see the Intel experience at the bottom there. The varying heights as he goes through the 4 jumps. And again, look at the G-forces there on that last hit.
16 Gs.
Well,
at 16 feet, 4 inches high.
Yeah, it just gives you an idea of what these riders are experiencing when they boost to these heights and the impact that they're having on the landings. Ben's best run thus far was a 38 from round number 1. Take a look at that last combo move.
Look down 3 to late downside whip. Saw how pumped he was when he rode out of that. That was awesome.
All right, so it's a pretty tight grouping right now between 2nd and 3rd. James Foster's got a total of 73. Ben's got a total of 7, so he's only 3 points behind him, just waiting on this final score to see if this is able to bump him up, and he ends up in the 40s, so he has a 43 now. So Ben is going to overtake 2nd place, go back to silver medal contention, and James Foster slides down to the bronze position. So we're seeing some guys trade some places here in this 3rd and final round. Well, on Sunday, X Games Austin 2016 wraps up this afternoon over on ESPN at 3:30 with more big air action and the highly anticipated return of Monster Energy Moto X Best Trick. X Games Austin continues at 3:30 Eastern on ESPN. So you look at that flag there up on top of the start structure. That tailwind is now turned into a bit of a crosswind, so some adverse wind conditions for these riders to go through. Cory Nastazio coming back for his 3rd and final run.
Cory starting off the big backflip. Huge 360 to a turn down. Going for that 360 flip and stomps it clean. He is pumped.
Now, and a rough go in run number 2. So this should throw that score of 17 out. It's got Cory down in 10th place as of right now.
Right here, starts off with a nice smooth backflip. Straight to a big 360. Right there. 360 backflip, comes around, spots his landing, landed so solid, such a perfect landing.
And I said this before, glad to have him back in the lineup. The last time we've seen Cory Nastazio in BMX Dirt at the X Games was all the way back in 2016. Again, look at the height in the G-forces there on jump number 4. Almost 20 Gs on the impact.
18 miles an hour, 10 feet high, 19.9 Gs.
So that will be his best score of the day with a 31. So that'll slide him up one spot into 9th. But again, Cory, we're glad to have you back in the lineup out here, BMX Dirt at the X Games. Kevin Peraza, our current leader, is due up next. He's in a commanding lead with a total of 88. He's got scores of 41 and 47 thus far. He's the next rider we'll see, but don't forget, we've still got your 3-time defending gold medalist Kyle Baldock yet to ride here. There's plenty more yet to go here in Intel BMX Dirt when we come back to X Games Austin 2016. Kevin Peraza, your current leader, ready to take his 3rd and final run. It's fitting that he's out there sitting next to the Intel stat monitor, considering when we came back from break, he was talking about how cool that information was, and he was checking out the different height stats, degrees of rotation, and whatnot. But he's had the highest single run score of the day with a 47. Can he get another one under his belt?
Starts off with tricks like that, 360 tail whip, huge tuck no-handed 360. Downside double tail whip. The 360 downside double tail whip. What an amazing run. I cannot wait to see the height stats.
Look, 17 feet. And then the biggest G-force
17 feet on that 3rd jump.
Biggest G-force impact was over that last hit. That seems to be the stat trend, is that everyone's having the most G impact over that last hit.
And you notice to lower the Gs on the first few jumps, that just means the smoother they're landing. Huge tuck no-handed 360.
He looked, yeah, it did. I mean, there was a lot going on in that run.
Right here, 360 double downside tail whip. Catches those pedals clean. Look how solid and straight he rode away.
All right, so 41 and 47. Again, single highest run score of the day for him, or for anyone, I should say, was 47. That's 2 points ahead of Kyle Baldock. His best run score was a 45. So looks like he's going to see a change up there yet. So yeah, he's going to stick with the 41 in the 47. So he'll stay at 88, but he's in the driver's seat right here. And interesting to note, he has not medaled before at the X Games. Ben Wallace with the new addition to the Wallace family there.
You know, and Kevin,
Ben Wallace sitting silver.
Kevin with an 88. I mean, that's a 7-point lead. That's a pretty commanding lead.
Well, Ben's already taken his 2nd or 3rd run. James has already taken his 3rd run as well, so he's got an 8-point or 7-point lead over 2nd place, and that's quite a distance between 1st and 3rd. Anthony Napolitan. Anthony down there with a 10th place spot as of right now. 36. He had a respectable 1st run score. He's got to get rid of that 14 that we saw in round number 2.
Anthony starting off with a front. Oh, no. No-handed front flip.
That's a tough way to end it there for Anthony Napolitan.
He's up and he's okay. This is the most important thing.
Well, he's a 2-time bronze medalist. He's got a dirt bronze from 06, a big air bronze from 2007. Long-time veteran competitor in both disciplines.
Let's see what happened here. Tuck no-handed front flip. Right as he lands, he just slips both pedals. Feet blew off the pedals.
Yeah, sometimes that just happens, and his number came up on that one. So that's going to leave him down in 10th place. You can see the disappointment on his face as he rides away there, but look to see more of him future X Games. So we're down to our final 5 riders here, Kevin. And again, Kevin Peraza, who's never medaled before, sitting in that top spot as of right now. Ryan Nyquist playing the score game here. He did score in the 40s in the opening round. He had a 42. He's got that 17 in the 2nd run Ryan has come from behind in these pressure situations time and time again and delivered in many an X Games, both in dirt and park. Can he do it here?
If anybody can handle the pressure, it's definitely Ryan.
Watch for the bar spin combos.
720 lands so smooth.
Opposite truck driver. Ah! The 7 over the last set does him in.
So you see he spins one direction, then we say the opposite direction. That's spinning your unnatural direction. Everybody has a direction that is their natural way. It's like I say, it's just like throwing a baseball with your other hand. It really feels awkward, so it's pretty tough to get used to.
See, he's frustrated by that run there, getting a pat on the back from Kevin Peraza.
Huge 720. Look how high he is.
Yeah, he boosted that one. So out of that, here comes the another look at the 7.
7. Lands so smooth.
So with doubling up on the 7s, do you think he was trying to throw a, you think he was thinking about sending the bars around?
Right there, just under-rotate a little bit. Yeah, you wonder if you want to throw a bar spin in on that 7.
That's what I was thinking. I mean, we've seen him do the bar 7 before. Look at the hashtag on the back of his wife's shirt there. Hashtag Nyquist 20 years at X. And you can see the wind right now on those wind blades. It is definitely turned from a tailwind into a prominent crosswind. They're going from riders right to left.
Ryan coming off of a mountain bike competition where he placed 2nd.
Yeah, he was talking about that the other day in park practice. He said, you know, it's kind of that hard transition coming off of suspension and shocks, and then coming back to the BMX world. But he adapted quite well, I'd have to say, out here this weekend. So taking a look at the current standings here in round 3 out of 3. See the names in yellow have yet to ride, but it's Kevin Peraza, who has never medaled in an X Games before, is currently looking at a gold medal. However, don't count out Mike Clark, Chris Doyle, and your 3-time defending gold medalist Kyle Baldock, looking to make it 4 in a row out here today and add his name to a very elite list of BMX riders in the history of the X Games who have won 4 more gold medals in a row in their respective disciplines.
You know, Kevin comes from a whole family of BMXers. His dad rides BMX, his brother, they all ride BMX, so supportive of one another. I would love to see Kevin get a medal today.
Well, you know, in the last 6 times BMX Dirt has been contested at the X Games, only 2 guys have won it. Cory Bowen started that first 3-peat streak, and then we had a bit of a hiatus, and we didn't see BMX Dirt at the X Games again until Foz do Iguaçu, Brazil in 2013 when we went global, and then Kyle Baldock went 3 in a row. So might see a fresh face up there at the top spot of the podium here today. We will have to wait and see. There's still a lot of riding left to go. Pat Casey currently sitting down in 12th place right now.
360 tail whip, catches it perfectly clean. It's a good, solid run. Whoa!
Puts that one down.
Off-access 7. That was awesome. What an amazing run. Stomping that run like nobody's business. Every single jump, he landed so smooth and so stable on his bike. He wasn't fumbling for his pedals. That was perfect. It's like a front flip 7.
Almost looked like a cash roll.
Yeah, it landed that so solid.
Yeah, that
it
looks,
did.
That's a cash roll.
But look, it looked like he was even looking to do something with his bars at the end.
Yeah, that's what threw me off at real-time speed there.
Yeah, that's a cash roll for sure.
Definitely. And look at how clean the landing is out of this.
So smooth.
Kind of manual adjust a skosh, but hey, just cruise mode out of that. Oh, well, this is going to be really, really interesting. He had a 29 in that opening round, and he had an 8 in round number 2. Look at Kevin Peraza's reaction there. Wow. All right, so you need a 73 total to jump into the medal contention right now. That's James Foster sitting in a bronze spot right now. 81 or better is going to get you silver, and Kevin Peraza in that top spot. Oh, it's going to be so close, but not enough. A 71, but a big score there in the end for Pat Casey. That jumps him all the way up into 4th place. He will not get a medal, but what a finish there in his 3rd and final run. We've got a wild finish set to go down here. 3 riders left to go. It's Kevin Peraza sitting in the top spot as of right now, the youngest rider in the field, and he has never taken an X Games medal before. So if he can get that gold, that would be a great way to start off your medal run here at an X Games. Chris Doyle, your bronze medalist from last year, currently sitting in 6th place, but it's your 3-time defending gold medalist. The big story here, Kyle Baldock sitting in 7th as of right now. And here comes Chris Doyle.
Turn down 360 to start things off. Huge 720. Oh.
Like changing up the line. We saw the 7 at the end of the run the first 2 times around. Decided to roll the dice and throw it early on here. Can't hang on to that one. So there's Kyle Baldock, who is your 3-time defending gold medalist. Now, he's down in 7th. He's got a great first run score of 45, but he had a crash at the end of his 2nd run that gave him a 20, and that's why he's down there in 7th as of right now. Here in Intel BMX Dirt, it's your 2 best runs that are totaled together. With 2 riders left to go here, you've got Mike Clark, was a shot at Kevin Peraza prior there, your current leader, Mike Clark. He's sitting in 5th as of right now, your silver medalist from last year. So it's Peraza, Wallace, and Foster right now sitting in those top 3 positions with 2 riders left to go. You need a 73 or better total if you're going to jump up into medal contention here.
And if anybody can do it, Hucker can do that for sure.
He's only 4 points out.
Handles the pressure so well. Like I said, he just has fun on his bike.
He's got a 35 and a 34, the 2 best runs total together. The best single run score you can get out here is a 50, which going back to that Kyle Baldock situation I was talking about, first round for him, he had a 45. That's the 2nd single highest run score we've seen out here today, the other being your current leader, Kevin Peraza, with a 47. So I know that look. What is coming from Mike Clark here? He's got something up his sleeve.
Huge Oppo invert 360.
Into that. Oh, no, he got a weird landing.
He
out
saved
of
it. The giant Superman. He slipped his pedal at one point.
Well, slides out of that. It's just over that 3rd set, just got a little wonky on the rotation. But again, huge smile on his face, and I said this before, what a great ambassador for BMX.
He's phenomenal. He's unbelievable for BMX. So
spinning his style.
Yeah, spinning his unnatural direction.
Kind of went a little deep on the landing on that.
Look at this huge Superman stretching it way out.
Hey, why not? You're going to have some fun over that last set. Why not throw an oldie but a goodie and stretch that one out as best as you possibly can there? See him having a little chat with Kevin Peraza, our current leader. So now, well, you look at some of those Intel stats yet again. The height, 16 feet 10 inches and 16 feet 7 inches over those last 2 jumps.
Look at this speed, 14 miles an hour, 13 miles an hour.
All right, so he's going to stay in 5th. So it all comes down to this last run right here. Kevin Peraza potentially looking at a gold medal. We know that Kevin Peraza and Ben Wallace are going to get medals. The question is, what color are they going to be? But it all comes down to this last run. Kyle Baldock, he's won gold in BMX Dirt the last 3 years in a row. He's down in 7th. He's got an amazing first run score of a 45. He needs a 43 here to get the win. If he's able to make it 4 in a row, he'll make BMX Dirt history at the X Games because no one's ever won 4 in a row. And he'll also add his name to a very elite list of riders in BMX. And he's taken 4 in a row.
And he's coming off some great momentum with yesterday, you know, placing for BMX Park, winning the Dave Mirra Best Trick Contest. The momentum he's built is fantastic. If anybody can do it, Kyle can. It's like playing a video game when you watch him ride.
Here we go. He's got 4 jumps to try to lay down the gauntlet.
Front flip, cork 7, double tail whip.
Into that last set. What's he going to finish with? Oh! A front flip bar spin attempt.
Front flip bar spin.
And you know what that means with that
look at this.
Kevin Peraza.
What that means,
ends the streak.
Kevin Peraza gets himself his first medal, and his first medal is a gold medal here at X Games BMX Dirt.
Wow, Kyle rolling the dice there on that bar spin front flip. Remember, he went down in run number 2. He tried that 1080 and just got thrown to the dirt. But how about Kevin Peraza, his first ever X Games medal, and it just happens to be the shiniest one you can get.
Yeah, I'm so happy for him. He deserves it. He's been working so hard, riding so much to prepare for this contest. Right there, starting off with the front flip.
Great landing out of that.
Cork 7, spin around 720 degrees. Double tail it. Gonna Superman that a little bit. Watch this. Front flip, throws the bars for the bar spin. Look where his hand is.
That left hand was fumbling for the grab at the last second, and then he comes in a little back tire heavy.
Yep, just sitting back, sit in the back seat a little too much.
And you see the reaction from Mike Clark as well as Kevin Peraza there. Let's check in with Lowell Galindo, who's down there with our winner.
Kevin, first time, X Games gold. What does this mean to you?
It means everything to me, you know. I'm blessed to even be here as a rider, you know. Being in the top 15 invited riders is already winning for me, you know. To come away healthy and to come away with my first medal and to be gold, like, it's unreal, you know. Prayed to God all day long, no wind, you know. And as I was dropping in, the wind went away. I was asking for options, like, what should I do? What should I do? Because my mind's going crazy. But all my friends are out here, my family, my girlfriend, everyone, you know. And, like, I just feel blessed, you know. It's a good day, good weather today. We're blessed with good weather, and you can only be thankful for stuff like that, you know. And we all walked away healthy today. Some of us with some bruises, but yeah, we're all good, thank God.
Hey, that second run, how does that compare to anything you have ever done in a competitive environment?
I mean, I don't know. I just felt comfortable. I felt safe, and just sent it, you know, and had faith, and you know, just did what I felt like doing, and then it just worked, you know. And yeah, now I'm super psyched and I'm blessed, you know. I can't wait.
You were holding your heart too. What was that about?
I kind of almost over-rotated on the front flip, but, you know, we all just held it together today, and it's one of those things where I was just glad to be done with it, you know, be finished with that run. So sometimes you get a little anxiety on the inside and a little bit of joy, but in the end, we're all healthy and we're all safe, so that's the best part about it.
Kevin, congratulations. Go enjoy it.
Thank you, thank you.
Jimmy, back to you.
Thank you, Lowell, and what a great day for that young man right there. Youngest rider in the field, gets his first ever medal, and it just happens to be a gold. Ben Wallace walks out of here with the silver, and you know what? Props to James Foster as well. Walking out of here with the bronze, and that's actually James' first dirt medal.
Yeah, we're going to see
bronze.
We're going to see James again for BMX Big Air. So it's glad to see that he's healthy and he's heading to the next event, and let's see what he can put together at that.
Yeah, and a lot of people know James from Nitro Circus and from riding Big Air, but you know, James' roots are dirt riding, so congratulations to him. And despite the wind conditions, we had that tailwind, we had that crosswind these guys were working with out here today, but what a great afternoon for that man right there. So the streak ends right there for Mr. Baldock, but what a great run that he had. 3 wins in a row. And check out the weekend that he's had. He's got a bronze in Park. He gets the gold pedal in Dave Mira's best trick yesterday. And unfortunately, after a couple crashes here in rounds 2 and 3, he has to settle for 7th in BMX Dirt.
But walks away with two medals, which is a fantastic, successful weekend. And the best part is he's walking away.
Oh, yeah. You know, and again, going back to what we talked about earlier, I mean, just the vibe, the attitude that he's had out here all weekend long. He looks like he's had the most fun out here that we've seen out of him in X Games past.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, with the whole Dave Mira stuff, he's really just been motivated to have fun on his bicycle. It's just a good reminder that we need to be out there having fun. We're riding little kids' bikes. It's a fun job.
You know, and going back to his streak as well, I mean, he and Cory Bowen, were the only 2 guys in the history of BMX Dirt to win 3 in a row. Prior to that run by both of those guys, nobody had repeat wins, or consecutive wins, I should say. TJ Lavin and Ryan Nyquist were the only guys to have multiple wins in dirt, and then Cory Bowen had 3 wins in a row. We took a break with BMX Dirt here at the X Games, and then Kyle Baldock, when we bring it back, he wins 3 in a row. And now Kevin Peraza puts his name on that very elite list of winners in the history of BMX Dirt at the X Games. As we get set to present the medals.
The hardware here for the medal ceremony. Our presenters for the Intel BMX.
For the X Squad out there presenting the medals for the Intel BMX Dirt final.
I know his mom. I know his mom Maria and his dad Victor. They're both watching. His dad also a BMXer. I know they're so happy for their son right now.
You see, James got some work done out here this afternoon, but he's got to go get his mind wrapped around BMX Big Air tonight.
Give it up for James.
But first, he has to collect that bronze medal.
Yeah, then that's his first ever dirt medal. Like I said, he's got a bronze in Big Air from 2014, but this is his first dirt medal. So congratulations there to James Foster.
And what a way for him to start the day going into Big Air.
They're walking out of here with the silver. Ben Wallace from the UK. This is Ben's second silver medal. He took one in 2014 here in BMX Dirt.
He's excited. Good job, Ben Wallace.
Yeah, what a great day of riding for everybody here in the field, but the day belongs to this gentleman right here, our youngest athlete in the field here at Intel BMX Dirt. And for your first ever medal, you get the big one. The gold medal goes to Kevin Peraza here at Intel BMX Dirt.
So well deserved. He's been working so hard, putting so much time in on his bicycle, and it showed today.